American Religions collection was founded by J. Gordon Melton in the late 1960s to document the landscape of American religion and new religious movements. The collection contains approximately 40,000 volumes and 5,000 serials titles, so anything from magazines, journals, newsletters, as well as about 1,000 linear feet of archival and manuscript material. Here we have a collection of some fun published items from the 1970s. The Witch's Almanac, which was an annual publication throughout that decade, giving helpful tips about weather lore, plants, spells you could cast, that sort of thing. Some other early 1970s items that were part of the same phenomenon are Sybil Leek's Cast Your Own Spell, Cauldron Cookery, these two volumes. Very helpful apparently for single people. We have from the Official Witch of Salem, Massachusetts, a book of psychic herbalism, and then we have a board game of palmistry, so a board game version of how to read palms. So to render your enemies in a stupefied state, all you will need to start with is the hand of one felon. So this is the fortune-telling cards collection. We have everything from the classic Rider-Waite tarot cards illustrated by Pamela Coleman Smith. It's sort of a early 20th century budget version of those without color. The Golden Dawn Tarot, which is influenced by Aleister Crowley and 19th century ceremonial magic. Cards related to the I Ching, which is not a card-based system, but someone has made it so in this publishing effort. This is a round deck, sort of a feminist take on the tarot tradition. I think one of the ideas being that they couldn't be inverted, they were just, relational. Here we are looking at records of the 13 Club, which was a dining club in New York City in the 19th century, dedicated to breaking superstitions. As far as I can tell, the whole point of the 13 Club was to have dinners. This is a menu from the 69th dinner of the 13 Club. It's 13 courses. It was held on the 13th of every month, and they would do things like walk under ladders on the way to dinner or break mirrors ceremonially after the dinner. And of course, here we have a wine list with 13 different wines on it. Their sort of tongue-in-cheek motto, Morituri te salutamus, Latin for we who are about to die salute you. At every turn, they just had an incredible sense of humor about the superstitions, and they are credited with the introduction of the unluckiness of Friday the 13th. J. Gordon Melton, the founder of the American Religions collection, is also a vampire aficionado. So he published several popular books and encyclopedias about vampires. Consequently, we have materials about vampires here in special research collections, including the Hayes Schoaf Vampire Collection of published materials. I've pulled out some items related to Bram Stoker's Dracula. This is a first edition of a toy theater based on Edward Gorey's designs for the stage set of Dracula. So the illustrations are done of the characters act by act. Here we have the characters from Act 1. And you can sort of set up the book vertically as a stage set. If you choose to cut out the characters, you can sort of recreate your own version of the play that way. And we have the definitive edition of Dracula published about 20 years following that with a lovely signed drawing from the cast. We have this letter. I don't know anything about the author or the recipient, but it is a letter from 1848 describing the appearance of a ghost. It is written by one Harriet to her dear friend Amanda. In it, Harriet complains about her mother, details night going to the theater, how tired she had been, finally gets to the end and says, "Oh yes, about the ghost. I'll tell you about seeing the ghost on the back of this letter." Nothing on the back of the letter. I think she ghosted the ghost.